This video covers everything that'll be tested on the 2026 CFA Level 1 exam and whether anything's changed from 2025. If you're serious about CFA prep and want to stay on track, check out the Wall Street Notes Level 1 crash courses, linked below. Starting with Quantitative Methods, you will be tested on the following learning modules: rates and returns, time value of money in finance, statistical measures of asset returns, probability trees and conditional expectations, portfolio mathematics, simulation methods, estimation and inference, hypothesis testing, parametric and non-parametric tests of independence, simple linear regression, and introduction to big data techniques. Compared to the 2025 curriculum, there are no changes in any module in 2026. For economics, the learning modules you need to master are the firm and market structures, understanding business cycles, fiscal policy, monetary policy, introduction to geopolitics, international trade, capital flows and the FX market, and exchange rate calculations. Compared to 2025, there are no changes. Moving on to corporate issuers, the 2026 learning modules are organizational forms, corporate issuer features and ownership, investors and other stakeholders, corporate governance, conflicts, mechanisms, risks and benefits, working capital and liquidity, capital investments and capital allocation, capital structure, business models. All of these modules remain the same as last year. In financial statement analysis, you will be expected to master Introduction to Financial Statement Analysis, analyzing income statements, analyzing balance sheets, analyzing statements of cash flows 1 and 2, analysis of inventories and of long-term assets, topics in long-term liabilities and equity, analysis of income taxes, financial reporting quality, financial analysis techniques, introduction to financial statement modeling. For those using 2025 materials, there are no material changes in any learning module for this section. For equity investments, you will be tested on the following modules: market organization and structure, security market indexes, market efficiency, overview of equity securities, company analysis, past and present, industry and competitive analysis, company analysis, forecasting, equity valuation, concepts, and basic tools. This entire section of the curriculum also has no material changes. The fixed income topics for 2026 are as follows: fixed income instrument features, fixed income cash flows and types, fixed income issuance and trading, fixed income markets for corporate issuers and for government issuers, fixed income bond valuation, prices and yields, yield and yield spread measures for fixed-rate bonds and for floating-rate instruments, the term structure of interest rates, spot, par, and forward curves, interest rate risk and return, yield-based bond duration measures and properties, yield-based bond convexity and portfolio properties, curve-based and empirical fixed income risk measures, credit risk, credit analysis for government issuers and for corporate issuers, fixed income securitization, asset-backed security, instrument and market features, mortgage-backed security, instrument and market features. Luckily, for all modules, there are no material changes for 2026. For derivatives, you will be expected to know derivative instrument and derivative market features, forward commitment and contingent claim features and instruments, derivative benefits, risks and issuer and investor uses, arbitrage, replication, and the cost of carry in pricing derivatives, pricing and valuation of forward contracts and for an underlying with varying maturities, pricing and valuation of futures contracts, pricing and valuation of interest rates and other swaps, pricing and valuation of options, option replication using put-call parity, valuing a derivative using a one-period binomial model. Compared to the 2025 curriculum, there are no changes in 2026. The learning modules for alternative investments are alternative investment features, methods, and structures, alternative investment performance and returns, investments in private capital, equity and debt, real estate and infrastructure, natural resources, hedge funds, and introduction to digital assets. There are no material changes in this section. For portfolio management, you will be expected to master portfolio risk and return, Parts 1 and 2, Portfolio Management and Overview, Basics of Portfolio Planning and Construction, the Behavioral Biases of Individuals, and Introduction to Risk Management. There are also no material changes in this section. And finally, for ethical and professional standards, you will need to know ethics and trust in the investment profession, Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct, Guidance for Standards 1 through 7, Introduction to the Global Investment Performance Standards, and Ethics Application. In summary, if you're using the 2025 materials, you're in good shape. There are no material changes. If you want more Level 1 content, head over to wallstreetnotes.com.